Welcome back to another Minisode of Will in the Wonderful World. Last Minisode, we finished Spotty and Chang's true endings, but now we help Chang with his life in the archives. Another beautiful day outside. Took 2 lunch boxes out of the microwave in the second floor break room. Then went back to the basement. At the end of the hallway, there was a door with a yellowish sign that read Archives. Pushed the door open and yelled, "Nana, lunch is ready." One with messy hair and dark circles under her eyes walked out from the inner room. She was almost my age, but she was more senior than me here. My only co-worker in this archive room. I know I'm 2 months younger, but don't call me by a nickname. It's so embarrassing. Nana put the boxes in her hand on the desk. They took her lunchbox from me. She went back to her seat, picked a tea spot, and poured 2 cups for the both of us. Basement must have the lights on, even in the morning. 2 boxes of homemade lunch, steam coming out of 2 cups. That was my everyday life ever since I had become a police officer. The room suddenly went dark. The power was out. Someone knocked on the door. It was Kim from Unit 3. He said he wanted to check out the records for the case 𝐂.𝐒.795. I went into the record room that was almost 200 square meters in size, walked to the second room, picked out the file, heard Nana screaming. Startled by his scream, I rushed out of the room. By the candlelight, I could see there were 3 more people. Lieutenant Kim, Nana, and Min-jun, who would often come and hang out. Min-jun picked up something from the desk, dropped on the floor, then stomped on it with his foot. He pulled out a napkin, wrapped up the thing, threw it in the can. "Thank you, Min-jun, that was scary." What happened? Closed the door to the record room behind me, still confused. It was a bug. I was just eating my lunch when I saw a bug inside my food, a huge one. I've never seen any bugs in our basement. What kind of bug was it? It was like a ball with stripes and it had a hard shell, almost big as my thumb. I didn't look at it closely, but it was gross. Ah, I see. That was a fried silkworm cocoon I made this morning. Kim left with his files. Min-jun went to the armory across the hall. Nana told me if I ever put bugs in our food, she would stop talking to me. She said she'd rather I brought the Chinese snacks called raw rolls. Although she used to think those were made of fruit and strawberries, she eventually got used to it. Bugs were non-negotiable. Power was restored. Still talking about Chinese snacks. When Nana smelled something burning, we finally found out what had happened to the record room. It was already engulfed in flames. Then I realized when I'd run out, I had forgotten to take the candle out. The fire was put out. Nevertheless, the station lost 6 of the evidence for that case. Of those cases they were working on. I was naturally expelled. Shang Young-min. Well, we only need 2 endings for you, so first off, we're gonna need ending S, which is the room went dark. Someone knocked on the door. Nana screamed. Then I picked out the file. Went back to the outer office. By the candlelight, I could see Min-jun from Unit 4 had hung out with us. He might have come in when he heard Nana scream. Nana had been mad about the fried silkworm cocoons I had put in her lunch. These are files and evidence you requested. Grabbed the bag of heavy materials with both hands and handed it over. Lieutenant said nothing. He took a glance at Min-jun and left. Min-jun watched as he walked away and left for his own business. Power was restored. Then I went back to our usual routine. Had nothing to do with justice, but it was peaceful. Now, unfortunately, that's not the ending we need. What we need is ending A, which is Nana screamed. Someone knocked. The room went dark, and I got the file. I went back to the outer office. By the candlelight, I could see Min-jun from Unit 4, who would often come in and hang out with us, was also there. He might have come in when he heard Nana scream. Nana was mad about the fried silkworm cocoon I put in her lunch. However, Lieutenant Kim wasn't there. Where's the lieutenant? When the power went out, he took a phone call and said it's some emergency. He would be back later. Nana responded, still upset. I'll wait for him to come back then. I set the bag of evidence in next to the door. Went back to my seat, opened my box, and refueled for the rest of the afternoon. 𝐂.𝐒.795. I had heard someone mumble behind me. Turned around and saw Min-jun had not left. He stared intently at the record Lieutenant Kim had requested. Don't touch it. Case file storing with Seer classified, only accessible by lieutenants. Told Min-jun with my mouth still full of food. Technically, Nana and I were not allowed to read the files either. Having to sit in the archive, I knew exactly what was in that bag. 𝐂.𝐒.795 was a failed shooting that happened on White Goat Hill. An old man living nearby was shot and killed by a rifle with only 1 shot. The case had been under investigation by Unit 3. However, since there was no bullet, not much useful evidence had been found. Cases like this that lacked evidence were unidentifiable, in which the victim was an unidentifiable civilian, were not unusual. It What was unusual was it was labeled classified. That's why I remembered it so well. After lunch, I took my usual walk to the bathroom on the first floor. While I was walking past my colleagues coming and going, I couldn't help but feel a little dispirited. No matter how much interest I had in these cases or what kind of theories I had, I couldn't help anyone. I used to be so ambitious. How did I end up in the archive room? I need to work harder for a transfer or even a promotion. When I came back to the room, the power had been restored. Min-June was already gone while Lieutenant Kim had been waiting. Excuse me, sir. Sorry for the wait. Here's everything on case 𝐂.𝐒.795. He looked over at the desk near the door. It was spotless and nothing on it. Where's the bag I put on the desk? Anna looked away from the screen. You mean the evidence from the expired cases? The janitor just took them all earlier. What? Sprinted outside, asked if anyone had seen the janitor. Ran all the way to the garbage processing center. But there would be a million tons of garbage. The center would burn thousands of tons of garbage every day. Threw myself in the pile and started digging. I didn't stop until the sun had come out the next day. I still couldn't find that bag. Already time for work. I walked in the station defeated and smelled like hot garbage. Kim was chatting with 𝐂 of Unit 4. Stood up straight and gave a salute while loudly clearing them that I lost the files. Unit 4 stared at me with a strange look. Kim was even more outraged. He grabbed me by the collar and dragged me in the hallway. Miraculously, I had not received any serious repercussions. I had also tried to access the case file, the electronic case file, to see if it would help out. Turned out the case did not have any electronic record. Well, that's bad, but here's the thing. We need an A rank because, for some reason, you could still get Lieutenant 𝐂's, one of Lieutenant 𝐂's S rankings, which is, I heard a natural bird, sudden breeze, bullet hit flesh, Kim was down. And this, I believe, is the true ending of 𝐂. Sniper shot from afar destroyed Lieutenant Kim's shoulder blade. My instincts had immediately pulled from Kim in front of me as a shield when the wind blew open the curtain in case there was a sniper. Otherwise, I would have been the one that got hit. Bird chirping must have been a signal for the shot. I pulled Kim off the floor. When I grabbed his shoulder, I intentionally stuck my right hand in the wound. He let out a scream. Keep screaming. You better let everyone hear you. Sniper vanished almost instantaneously. Complete chaos on the ground. It seemed like the old man had not ordered the shot. Must be the stupid pretty face again. Loudspeaker buzzed again. Promise you I will personally supervise Min-June's case. You will not be detained, and you can be a part of the team until we recover the truth. Trust me. I could hear how sincere he was in his voice, reminding me of when he handed me the appointment letters. If I had a little more time to find definitive evidence, 𝐻 would want that too, right? Sat down on the wall, waiting for the old people to send him in. I was exhausted. A few minutes later, a 5-person team entered the house. They were all wearing bulletproof vests. One of them untied Kim's hands and feet, stood up on my own, but they didn't try to take me in. 5 guns were shoved in my face point blank. All of them were Unit 3. Wasn't the old man's fault. It was me for being too trusting. 5 fingers touched the trigger, pulled a little more. Then I heard 5 bullets piercing human flesh. Someone was down. All 5 of them. I looked out the window. 800 meters away, someone waved. My trustworthy ally, Min-June. That night, 𝐂 had a celebratory banquet at Blue Lady for us. Huge day for the both of us. Every guest was told that the drinks were all free. It was a blast. Even a loner like me, who had always hated occasions like this, was starting to feel upbeat. And Min-June, who had always been a quiet guy, was talking and laughing nonsense the whole evening. And there was 𝐬 too, who hadn't been drinking with 𝐂 the entire night. I had a feeling everything was going to be different starting tomorrow morning. And yes, it would. Because that's the secondary... that is the secondary ending for 𝐂's case, which apparently locks out a good portion of Carlos's story. So, you know, that's not going to be a thing that happens. So, anyway, thank you for watching yet another Minisode. Next time we'll probably do some more, will probably be another Minisode. So we'll see you then.